Today, through this video, let us take a deep dive into understanding what kind of relationship energies are we holding on to. Whether it is about nurturing the relationships we have and we are doing it pretty well, or we are facing issues with one or two or multiple relationships in our life. This is going to help you understand what kind of relationship energy you have, what kind of relationship signals you are sending out, and start mending them, repairing them, correcting them in your life. All right? And this is going to be a series of questions. So I would want you to start noting down things in your mind. And if there are those important points where I've asked you something really critical and that's important for you, start making notes. So you can keep a pen and a paper with you. It is going to help you note down those important aspects about you. I'm going to throw in a few questions along with a certain options. You can also start marking down the kind of options you are selecting for yourself. And these options are going to be A, B, C, and D. Eventually, you're going to count as in you're getting more numbers of A's, B's, C's, and D's. And your eventual count, your total count of A's, B's, C's, and D's is going to define. So if you have maximum of A, it's going to define something for you. If you have maximum of B, that's going to define something for you, so on and so forth. So let us begin with our question. But before we begin with our questions, if you need to grab a pen and a paper, please pause this video, get it, and start from here. So my very first question here is, how do you overall feel about your relationship energy? Option A, it is awful, disrespectful. Option B, it is angry, you feel angry, fearful, and helpless. Option C is you're indifferent. You're indifferent, but you are suppressing things within yourself. Option D is you feel blessed and loved and totally energized by relationship energies that you carry in your life, by the relationships you carry in your life. Question 2, how many relationships in your life need a fixing? Option A, at least 1 to 3. Option B, more than 5. Option C, I don't really care. If you think you don't really care how many relationships you need to mend in your life, for you it is option C. And option D, 1 to 3. If it is less than 3, it is option D. Now I'm flashing question 3, so make sure you're noting everything down. If you need to pause this video in between, please do that. Who do you really blame for the mistakes or the mishaps that have happened in your relationships? Option A, myself. You have nurtured guilt and regrets, thinking that you're the only one who's made mistakes. Option B, others. It could be your in-laws, it could be your husband, it could be your kids, it could be anyone, but others. Option C, it could be others, it could be life, it could be karma. You've not really put in a lot of thought to this particular question. Option D, you blame nobody. It's a karmic journey, you're leading it on, you're repairing it, you're correcting, and things may happen in life. Moving to question number 4. Are you able to forgive all that happened in your past? Option A is somewhat. Option B is not at all. Option C, why do I need to forgive others or me? I mean, it's why should I forgive? Do they even deserve my forgiveness? And option D, absolutely yes. You also are doing it from time to time. Now let's move to question number 5. How many friends do you have in life? Option A is I have a couple of friends. Option B is I have a couple but I don't really get to keep in touch. Option C, why do I really need friends in life? I don't have many friends. I don't even know whether I have friends. I'm constantly consumed in my work. And option D, I have more than enough. Let's move to question 6. Do you feel that relationships are a burden to you? They are bothersome from time to time. Okay, so option A is sometimes you get this kind of a feeling that yes, the relationships are a burden to you, somewhat like that. Option B, very often you feel that relationships are like that. Option C is you always feel that the relationships are bothersome or burdening to you. Option D, you never feel that the relationships are bothersome or any kind of burden to you. Let's move to question number 7. Do you feel loved in your life? Option A, not always. Option B, very, very rarely. Option C, never. Option D, always. Now, question 8. Do you run away from arguments in your life? So if there was something very unpleasant happening in your life, how would you react? Option A, I try to solve but then give in the midway. Okay, so you try to resolve it with the person but you give up. in between. Option B, you try to avoid the argument or whatever's happening by being silent. Option C is yes, you totally run away from arguments, you hate them, you avoid them, or you would do anything to escape out of this. And option D, no, I try to resolve them. I sit with people, if not immediately, little later, I try to resolve all the problems in my life. You're going to find out how many A's, B's, C's and D's did you receive in this. And in our next video, we will give you answers to what really is going on with your relationship energy. But before that, you do need to ask a few more questions to yourself, and that is going to be a real scrutiny into your own relationship energy. Whether you would want to write answers in detailed description or bullet points, it's up to you, but do write them down. So let me shoot those questions. My very first question here is, which is your most favorite or loving relationship in your life, and why are you in this relationship? Question 2, think and write about your deepest childhood trauma. One last question. Do you have relationship issues with a particular kind of people who belong to a certain sex? That means they all are males or they all are females. I usually have issues with males, or I usually have issues with females. With this, I'm ending my questionnaire here, but by now you would have, if you answered honestly, you would have had a great peek into your relationship energy. And if you need fixing this, if you need more help with this, all you need to do is go to the description of this video. We have given a link to our group. Get in touch with us and we will help you further. Hi, this is Siddhi from Yana's Healing Studio, and through our setup, we constantly help people who are suffering with depression, anxiety, relationships, or anything else that could be a biggest matter in their life. So to reach out to us, all you need to do is check on the description of the video. Thank you.